Hey guys, welcome back to Grounded Life Finances. We are Rob and Allie, and we do travel full time. We do share our tips for travel, and this is a card that we're reviewing today. It is the American Express Platinum, the Amex Platinum. So let's first dive into the card basics.
Yeah,
nuts and bolts.
The basics of this card is that this is the best card for elite travel and for luxury travel. So if you need to have elite status, you like to do luxury travel, this is going to be the card for you. It does come at a hefty price, which you can earn some of that back though. The card is $695 annual fee.
Yikes.
You do get an $80,000 point bonus with a $6,000 spend in the first 6 months though.
Okay.
And we value those points at 1.5 points per mile, or 1.5 cents per point, and that makes those points worth about $1,200 to us.
Okay, that's not bad. $1,200 is a good chunk of money. So if those are the card bases, although that $695 annual fee is pretty hefty.
Yeah.
What are the benefits then of paying that much money?
You're going to get some of that back right off the top. So almost everybody is going to take advantage of the streaming services. Yeah, so that counts. True. Disney Plus, Hulu. I think you use it on Audible.
I do, yes.
And that's going to be worth $240 a year. So knock that right off the cost. Then everyone is going to get $100 Saks Fifth Avenue credit.
So $50 2 times a year.
Correct.
They'll reimburse you if you've used that card to pay for something at Saks Fifth Avenue. You get $50 back twice a year. So that's actually a really good benefit because that's something you just get that basically for free. You also get the Uber Cash, which is great for us. As we said, we travel full time. We don't have a car, so we do rely on car services like Uber. And this one's great because you also get the VIP kind of status on there, so you get access to better drivers all the time, which really does make it a little bit different for you. And that $15 a month is really great because you do get, and then at Christmas in December, you get an extra bonus on top of that too. So that's actually a really helpful one. What other benefits?
Yeah, so that adds up to $200.
Okay.
The Uber Cash you get.
Okay, total.
So if you add those three together, that is $540. That only leaves you $155 short of paying for the card.
That's not bad.
If you use those three. So there's some other things that you will get. and these are ones that we never use. And so you may use them. If you use these in addition, then this card is a no-brainer.
It's free, basically.
If you don't use these, then you really got to think about if this card is worth it. So this is going to be a $200 hotel credit at fine hotels and resorts. Now, that is not any hotel. That is a specific brand. Thing is, those hotels are pretty pricey. So most people aren't just going to book those. That may not be that great.
That $200 credit is barely even going to get you one night.
Yeah, we've never...
At the hotels that they're specifically talking about.
We've never used it. So, the airline incidentals, you get $200 in incidentals. That's not your airfare. That's just incidentals if you have a fee.
Yeah.
And then you get Walmart Plus. You just get that paid for up to $155. If you already have a Walmart Plus, then hey, that pays for the card.
But if you don't, like us, we don't have it, there's no sense in signing up for it just to get that money back. It makes no sense.
Right. So,
especially since we're not in the U.S. for that much.
Here's the elite perks that you get with this card.
Okay.
And this is going to be Hilton Honors Gold, complimentary status. Marriott Bonvoy Gold Elite. National Avis and Hertz Elite status for rental cars. And like I said, that Priority Pass and Amex Centurion Lounge access.
Yeah, those are really good perks, and I know we don't put exactly a dollar value on those, but those elite statuses do make traveling, transition days, and all that kind of stuff really help along the way. The lounge access helps with, you don't have to buy food at the airport. You got someplace that you can sit, and especially when you're traveling abroad, the lounges generally have free Wi-Fi too, which is amazing. And then as far as the statuses at the hotels, I mean, Hilton and Marriott are ones that we stay at often, so it's great to have that. You can check in early, you can stay late, you get room upgrades, and you can, fast track to the front of the line, which we have used before as well. And then, of course, the car rental companies, that's a great perk too. You get a lot of great benefits with those as well.
Yeah, in our recent travel, we were checking in Vancouver at the Hilton, and they told us, we got there early because we ride trains a lot for our other channel, Ground Life Travel, and we got there at like 8 a.m. They were like, well, check-in doesn't start till 3. And she said, okay, I'm a Hilton Gold Elite. Just let me know. Hilton Honors Gold. Let me know when I can check in. Then they immediately said, oh, just go up. We can check you in now, 8 a.m. So that kind of thing is invaluable. That happens with car rentals. You can pick whatever you want. The Uber, we'd almost given up on Uber. It had gotten so bad, the drivers we were getting. Once we got this Uber status, we've had just the most pleasant.
Huge difference. It's like an actual, it feels more like a luxury car service than just, random pick of the litter of what's available. Yeah. I can't even put into words how amazing the difference is with having the VIP service with Uber.
So for us, the question came down to this card, is it worth $155 a year for all these elite privileged services? And without a doubt, for us, it was.
Yes.
If you do a lot of travel, if you do luxury travel, you stay at these brands, this is probably going to be worth it. But on top of that, you do get some other stuff. Keep in mind, though, these items might be available with another card you have.
Right.
So we don't really count them to be that valuable.
Right, yeah.
That's going to be things like trip delay and cancellation, rental car insurance, baggage insurance, purchase protection. So if your item is stolen or damaged, you can have it replaced within 90 days. Cell phone protection, that's kind of a good one.
That is a good one if you've purchased your phone with this card.
And extended warranty, that extends the warranty for a year. So that's something that is good, but really, these are available on a lot of different cards. And
right.
I've never found that we've ever used any of them. So I don't put a lot of value into that.
Yeah, they're nice, but if you have other cards that cover the same things, it doesn't matter.
Here's the downside with this card, is the earning points. You really only get 1 point per dollar spent with this card unless you're booking flights, in which case you get 5 points per dollar.
Right.
So if you have other cards, and you should have other cards because Amex isn't taken everywhere.
Right. That's the other thing.
You're almost always going to find yourself paying with a different card. This is not really, we never pay with this card. We really only have this card for the status.
And to cover the services that we get benefits with.
Because on the flip side, the points you've earned, they're also not as valuable as other points. You only get to use, you only get 1 cent per point if you use Amex Travel. Now you can transfer them to airline partners, but for hotels, you can transfer to IHG, but you cannot transfer to Hyatt.
And that's where they're worth more, right?
That is where they're worth more.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate. Now, before we go on, also want to remind you guys to use your credit responsibly. These benefits and these cards are not really helpful if you're not able to pay off your balance monthly. You don't want to build up a bunch of, backlog and not be able to pay these off. As long as you're able to pay these off monthly, then these are worth it. If they're not, then it's not worth it for you at this time to get a credit card if you cannot pay it off each month.
Exactly. So the competitor to this card, the main competitor, is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And overall, the Chase Sapphire Reserve is a more well-rounded and better card.
Right.
The Chase Sapphire Reserve you can use by itself. That could be your only card, and you would be just fine. This Amex Platinum card, I think, is better used in conjunction with the Chase card or with another card, because you really just don't want to put your purchases on this card. You're just not getting points. Right. But if you need that elite status, if you want that luxury travel, then this card is worth it. And it comes down to, will you use enough of the benefits to pay for the $695 fee? For us, we figured out that's about $155 we're paying. And has it been worth it for you?
I think it has definitely been worth it for us. Again, we travel on a full-time basis, so we're using these travel services on a regular basis, and I found that it's extremely helpful as we transition from one place to another to have, lounge access and, check-in early privileges or check-out early privileges. All of that really pays off in the end when you're moving around from place to place and you have nowhere to set your stuff or fall asleep if you're tired and completely jet lagged. So in our case, yes, I think that this card is definitely worth it.
So you'll have to judge for yourself. If you don't travel much at all, then this card is definitely not worth. There are way better cards you can get than this one.
Yes.
But if you're going to travel internationally, especially, or if you use Hilton Honors, Marriott, Uber, all that, go ahead and check this card out. Make sure you get that sign-up bonus. Don't forget to lock that in, and that's an extra $1,200 of value you're getting. So that's a great deal too.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more, and check out our other channels as well here on YouTube, Grounded Life Travel and Grounded Life Cruises, as well as others. And if you have any questions about the Amex Platinum or any other cards, leave those in the comments for us, and check out our other videos here on the channel.